I've watched so many of those artist talks and interviews and studio tours on YouTube, and I take what other people say really to heart. I'm getting better at not doing it so much, but when I see someone that's so successful and someone that's a role model for me, and I'm listening to what they're saying and what works for them, and I think, well, if it works for them, then surely it'll work for me. Wrong. But yeah, I don't remember who said it or what or where it was or anything, but I think it's said quite frequently in the art space, and it's this idea that you need to make art every single day, and inspiration isn't just gonna come and like knock you around the head and a light bulb's gonna go off and all this, and that you need to make art every single day whether you feel like it or not. And that's something that really stuck with me, and although I think it has benefited me in a way that I forced myself to make art every single day, and in doing so I made a lot of bad art, or not necessarily bad, it's just art that doesn't really resonate with me or my soul. And whilst I'm grateful I made that art, because I feel like it's bringing me closer to understanding my own style and what I'm trying to create and manifest, I think it's also really harmed me in a way as well, because like I said, I just take on what other people say so much. And this is just a lesson for me that I've got to learn, that, I'm a creative person, not everybody's going to agree with me. And that's just the joy of being human. Like, we all live in our own little reality. There's 7-8 billion different realities in this one world. And not everybody's going to see the same as me, and they're not all going to think the same as me. And I just have to figure out what works best for me. And what works best for me is not forcing myself to make art every day. Oh my gosh, I wish I had learned this sooner. I'm really trying to be better at giving myself the time and space and energy for the inspiration to come through when I've filled up my own cup. And yeah, creating from my heart all the time, no matter what. Not creating because I feel like I should, or because I have to, or because the algorithm says so. Right, I hope you can hear me well. I saw this thing on Pinterest, and it was this post about making sacred spaces in your garden. And I thought, that's a bit of me, that is a bit of me. I love doing little projects in the garden. Like, I painted this, I've painted loads of stuff to hang up on our shed, and I made a little cross for my fur baby Simba, who passed away last year. And I just like making stuff for the garden, so to make it just a nice little space. So I went around the corner to collect some I wanted to find some big rocks, like stone slabs, to make some sort of like lean-to shelter, kind of like a Celtic, I don't know what the word is, gosh, I just don't have the words today. Those Celtic shelter things, I don't know. Maybe I'll put in a picture, I don't know. I want to make one of those. So I've got some rocks, I've got some branches, some stones, and I think where I'm going to put it is, let me turn you around and show you. I'm going to put it in this area right down here, because there's a bit of a gap. Now this area looks really bare, so I think I'll make a little sacred space right there. Well, actually, when I'll show you what I got. It's quite a good little haul. Right, so I've got this bit of bark, which, this is perfect. This is literally perfect. Oh gosh, it's so heavy. I got some branches, got some rocks. It's more like cement, granite things, but I don't know. Fucking stone slab. Oh, this was the nice rock that I found. I was just wandering through the forest, and the forest led me to this perfect rock. Look, it's even got a spiral in it. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Wait, is this a fossil? Nah, surely not. Look at that though. That is sick. I love that. I'm gonna make more sticks, and then I've just got loads of stones in the bag. But let me put you on a little time lapse. I actually found this little bit of, we're going to focus, it's a bit of quartz in the ground when I was doing that, so it's inspired me to grab some. I have loads of quartz that I found on like the beach, and oh gosh, this really don't want to focus. Yeah, I've got loads of like rough bits of quartz that fucking focus that I found on the beach, and that I think would be quite nice. And I got some nice rocks as well. And I'm also going to move some moss. So let's do that. There we go. I've made my little sacred space. I think it's so cute. Right, let's give you a little look. So I made my own little spiral with a piece of quartz that I found in the ground as the centre. Got some shells, some pretty stones, got some quartz going on. I also moved some, got loads of, we had loads of moss growing in here, so I just picked that out, popped it down here, and some of these little fellas, so hopefully they all root in nicely, and it goes all green and lush around here. Got my little spiral stone as well, and yeah, it's a nice shape. I used the branches to make a support system. I might draw a spiral on the actual slab as well. Hang on. That'd be a good idea if I use a stone. Oh yes. We love. Okay. That was the final piece. Look at it. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm actually obsessed. It looks like a little fairy heart. So cute. I don't really know how to end this bit. I feel like that was very healing for my inner child. That was so fun. Oh my gosh, look at it. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Oh my gosh, look at this. Woo! How's it happening? Oh! Fucking hell. Yesterday in those clips before where I was making my sacred space, before I did that, there was a little voice in my head telling me that maybe it's not a good idea to do this now. I have a market booked for it next weekend and I want to get loads of new stock going and da 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 da. Oh, maybe it's not a good idea to go out and collect sticks and stones. We should be doing real work that needs to be done. And I was like, yeah, I do have stuff that I need to get on with. But then there was also a little quiet part of me that was saying, just go out and get my sticks and stones and make my sacred space. And do you know what? I'm so glad that I listened to that part of me, because I took that time and I went out and foraged my goodies and I came back and I made my sacred space and I had such a good morning. I had so much fun making it. And afterwards, I had my lunch and then I sat down to do my work for the market. And that was about 1 o'clock, and got to 5 o'clock. I'd spent 4 hours doing work and I had been so productive. I'd gotten so much done. I was actually shocked. Like, I couldn't I actually couldn't believe how much work I'd gotten done in that little amount of time. It just got me thinking, because I was really happy that I gave myself that time to fill my cup up before going and doing my work, my jobs. Even though it doesn't feel like work or jobs, like, but it does when I don't give myself the time beforehand to wake up slowly, do my meditation, do my yoga, eat my breakfast, be outside. So for me, I need to give myself the time and space to fill my own cup up before creating my art and the things that I want to make, because inspiration to me doesn't just come from books, from artists, and from museums. I find inspiration when I'm out walking my dogs, or, eating some really nice food, or sitting in meditation. There's so many other ways to find inspiration. So long, I've just been forcing myself to create stuff. It's those days where I didn't feel like I wanted to create at all, and I still forced myself to create something, because I felt that if I didn't, then I wouldn't be achieving anything, I wouldn't be accomplishing anything, and then it'd be like, well, what's the point? But I'm coming out of that space now, and I'm seeing how valuable it is to give myself the time and space to create other things that I love, like baking. I haven't baked in ages. I love baking, but there's just always this little part of me that's like, no, like get on and do some art. Be posting on your social media, doing art, making something new every single day. It is hard being an artist in this day and age, but I also think there's so many opportunities for us to find inspiration, to fill up our cups. It is just hard trying to figure out the balance of it all. But I think the more I give to myself, the easier it gets. When I get inspiration, I am inspired. I've got 2 sketches in my sketchbook, and I'm going to make them into massive paintings. I've already bought one canvas, and I'm so excited to paint these paintings. And honestly, these paintings, they just came to me in my mind's eye, through my third eye. They just came to me, and I don't think I tried to force myself to do anything that day. I think I was actually just having a rest day. Do you know what I mean? So if you're like me and you used to like forcing yourself to make art for whatever reason, to keep up with the algorithm, to prove to yourself that you are creative, you can achieve success and create something that you're proud of. Yes, have that discipline and that motivation, but also don't burn yourself out, because the world needs artists. It really does. And I think artists are powerful creators, and I think, yeah, it's just important that you don't force yourself into anything, because if it's not coming from my heart space, then I don't want it. If I'm creating because I feel like I should or I have to, then that's not the vibe. So I hope that made a bit of sense. I hope that maybe resonated and hit home with someone, and you feel heard and seen, because I wish someone had told me that. But I think it's just hard when you're doing creative subjects in school and stuff like that. There's so much pressure to be creative all the time, and yeah, we just need to take that pressure off, because creativity is something that's meant to be like fun and exciting, not forceful and I need to get this done. So yeah, be kind to yourself, artists. That's what I'm trying to do. Alright, I don't think there's anything else to say. I hope that makes sense. Right, love you. Right, bye.